A much more spirited effort from Newcastle United tonight, where they didn't really put their heads down. They kept going despite Liverpool pretty much cruising through that game. If we're openly honest, guys, Liverpool really didn't get out of second gear, and had they been a bit more clinical, probably would have won by a few more goals. I think the score does flatter Newcastle, but like I say, the game at the Etihad, heads down, tools down, everything. I don't think that happened tonight. I thought they were a lot brighter tonight, kept the heads down, kept working really well. But unfortunately, the gulf in quality, as it says in the headline there, is pretty straightforward to see. You know, we just lacked a cutting edge, lacked the quality that we needed to lay a glove on Liverpool. But again, the goals come down to very, very simple mistakes. And how many times are we going to say this season? Basic errors. The first goal, absolutely pathetic. Pathetic. Nobody decides to pick Szoboszlai up. He's standing on the 6-yard box thinking, hey, or the penalty spot's in, there's nobody here. There's nobody picking me up. Diaz sends the ball over. Szoboszlai mishits the shot, by the way, and it somehow finds its way into the net. I am not sure what Nick Pope was doing. He was so slow in reacting and even getting down to that, because it was a mishit shot. If Szoboszlai had caught that full on, it would have flew past Pope and you'd say, yeah, brilliant finish. But the defending is woeful again, and we cannot afford to keep switching off like this, because it is going to seriously, seriously cost us at the end of the season if we keep making mistakes like this. Fabian Schär, get off. Just get off. You are as much use as a wet fart in a gale force wind. Just terrible. You know, again, the lazy kind of attitude tonight from Fabian Schär. Giving the ball away, trying these special long balls, just not even finding a black and white shirt, ever. Honestly, just shocking. Callum Wilson, an opportunity to get it to 1-1, which it could have made the game a little bit different. I'm not saying it would have, because Liverpool may well have just stepped it up a gear. However, you never know. Clean through, and he tries to bend it round Alisson, gets it all wrong, and it flies wide of the post. He had a chance before that, which was given as offside. He tried to dink over Alisson, and he completely fluffed that up as well. But a couple of times that he was standing in offside positions, when certainly once in the first half, when Joe Willock had the ball, he's waiting for Callum Wilson to get back onside, and then suddenly Willock is surrounded by Liverpool players and loses the ball. And then Callum Wilson's looking at him, and Willock has a right go at him to say, well, sod you were standing offside. What's the point of playing you through? But, you know, the gulf in class, guys, it's as simple as that. And an indication of where we are as a squad tonight compared to Liverpool's. The quality that they were able to bring off the bench was there for all to see. The talent they had on the bench to bring on. We had Harvey Barnes, who, for me, I mean, I said it in commentary, I hardly mentioned him since he came on. He had 20-odd minutes to try and make himself known and do something. Get the ball and drive Newcastle forward. Anonymous. Willisula came on for Wilson, put himself about. You know, he's very raw, Willisula. Didn't really get into anything or create anything. Didn't really take his chance, but at least he was shown some graft, and I'm happy to see that. But Harvey Barnes, for God's sake, dear Christ, and then of course Bruno coming off near the end and replaced by Sean Longstaff. That's all you need to see. But the second goal for Liverpool, again, it's careless. Tonali, a simple ball through to Lewis Hall. He doesn't. He gives it to a Liverpool player, fired out straight to Salah. Salah runs at us, plays it to McAllister. McAllister then back to Salah. And now, if you watch that goal again, you will see there is a Newcastle player standing right on top of McAllister. Now, at this time, I haven't seen enough replays to know whether it was Schär or Bruno. But when it goes back to Salah, they instantly back off. McAllister just stands there. He doesn't need to move. And Salah plays it back to McAllister. McAllister looks up and thinks, Jesus Christ, there's nobody here. And just fires it in the top corner. It's shoddy defending. It really is. And it's costing us. I mean, if it wasn't for Lewis Hall tonight, guys, on Mo Salah, then it could have been a cricket score. Because the amount of times Salah tried to beat Lewis Hall, I think he did it once in the game. He got round Lewis Hall once or twice out of all the times he made an effort. And Lewis Hall, absolutely brilliant. Stood out a mile tonight for Newcastle United. But my question is, where are our big players turning up in games like this? Where are they? We've got the likes of, Bruno, for instance, who I think has been very poor for a number of weeks now. I thought he was involved in a good battle with McAllister in the first half, but then we saw the legs of Bruno just aren't there. Kanate brought it out of defence in the first half and just strolled past him. But Bruno his levels have dropped. And you see all these media reports about, Bruno this, Bruno that, and Champions League. These players have got to step up and prove that they are Champions League quality. Surely to God. Because right now, and you watch that match tonight, none of them look Champions League quality. And yes, we're talking about Liverpool here, the best team in the country by a mile. And that's why they're running away with the Premier League. But this is Champions League. This is what the Champions League's all about. Opponents of the standard of Liverpool. So you need to step up. And there's a few players for Newcastle. Big players have been off their games for a few weeks now. And yes, I love the fight tonight. We didn't drop our heads. We kept working hard. And I'm not going to criticise them for that. But the standard is not there. I do not know what the decision was to bring Nick Pope back. I find it astounding. He nearly gave another goal away in the first half when he tried to cleverly chip it out to Lewis Hall and Salah closed it down. And it was only because it was such a strong deflection of Salah that sent it out for a goal kick. That could have been 2-0. And then the corner incident. Many people said, oh, well, it was headed out his hands. Whatever. But he just wasn't strong enough in that situation. And he doesn't fill you with any confidence at all. And if Nick Pope does fill you with confidence right now, please tell me in the comments why. Why does he fill you with confidence as opposed to Dubravka, who, yes, was poor last season. This season has turned it around and looked a lot more solid than what Nick Pope has. Because Nick Pope was not looking good before he got injured. There was questions about his form. But that first goal, how slow to get down to that do you need to be? It was so close to him as well. It's unforgivable, man. But these silly little mistakes keep cropping in from the same players. Now, Eddie Howe talks about, playing players that deserve to play, that are in form or play well. Fabian Schär's been shite this season, and he gets picked time after time after time. You've got a goalkeeper in Dubravka who's done nothing wrong, and he drops him. So he's a hypocrite in a way, because he's totally going against what he says in the press conferences. The performances from certain players have been shoddy, to say the least. I mean, we have a future world beater in Lewis Hall. He's absolutely incredible. Lewis Miley came on again today, looked very, very composed, as he always does on the ball. But the one thing that summed up Fabian Schär for me was with about 5 minutes to go, he's got the ball near the halfway line. Trippier is to the right of him, nobody marking him, and he had the whole of Anfield to run down. Fabian Schär completely ignores him and tries one of these, lazy passes through the middle, which then is intercepted and straight to Mo Salah. Liverpool on the break again. But yes, Lewis Hall saves the day yet again, as he did so tonight many, many, many times. But we didn't get a shot on target. We didn't lay a glove on Alisson. And it was, it was just too easy for Liverpool. Now, for me, the cup final will be very, very different, obviously, because the cup final, Newcastle will hopefully have the likes of Botman, Joe Linton, Isak, all back in the side. And, if we have everybody fit, we know that our first 11 can give anybody a game. So, Liverpool fans, don't get overconfident for the cup final just yet, because we've still got players to come back. And I know you may well turn around and say, yes, you've got players to come back. We've got more gears to go up. That's fair enough. But it should, if everybody's fit for Newcastle, we can certainly make more of a game of it at Wembley than what it was tonight. But certain players are getting chance after chance after chance. Nick Pope, Fabian Schär, Harvey Barnes, all these players getting chance after chance, and they're utter garbage. Joe Willock tonight, second half, dear Christ, he couldn't trap a bag of cement. He literally couldn't. I'm not sure what is going on with Joe Willock, but, sometimes you see electrifying pace from him and taking players on. Next minute, he can't control the ball, and it's just bouncing off him. But, that was clear. The gulf in class tonight was clear. But excellent work rate from Newcastle United tonight. I'm not going to deny that at all. Excellent work rate. Didn't put their heads down. They kept going. But they were, we were powder puff. Simple as that. But as usual, let me know in the comments below what you think. Is the manager to blame a little bit for this, picking the same players? I know there's been a lot of comments regarding that, he keeps saying in press conferences that you have to play well to be in the team, yet he keeps picking players that are bang out of form. Bang out of form. The goalkeeper, the centre-back, Joe Willock, all these players who are just not doing it. Not doing it. Bruno's been poor for a few weeks, to the levels we know he can get to. Tonali was poor tonight. The big players need to step up in these kind of games. Because if these guys want to be Champions League players, they have to perform better against the best. And they simply didn't. But let me know in the comments what you think below. As usual, please do give the video a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please do subscribe. It is free to do so. Come and be part of a wonderful community on the Toon Review. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload or a live. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be at Anfield tonight. Liverpool 2, Newcastle 0. We move on to the FA Cup. Take care.